a different type of video today. I am going to do a film review. Fraggle has something to say too. I finally watched the Netflix movie Tall Girl. When I first saw the preview, I knew it was something I needed to see. Oh my god, finally, there's a movie out there that deals with the problems that tall women have. So here's the trailer.
You know that really, really tall girl that you go to school with?
Would you maybe wanna...
Well, that's me.
Never mind.
16 years old, 6'1.5".
Well, how's the weather up there?
Nice sweatpants, Sasquatch.
What'd you say to my best friend?
Farida, please.
Honey, you just have to be strong in the face of adversity. Oh, I love it. That's the one.
You're perfect.
I just think it's crazy you won't date a short guy. You really think that at any moment some taller than you, perfect guy is just gonna walk through that door?
Okay. I'm going in. You are? No, of course I'm not. The guy got out of customs, an hour ago, and she's already marking her territory.
How you liking America so far?
I'm liking America very much so far.
One day, Jody, you're gonna stand up and say, I love all 73 inches of myself.
Hello?
Hi, I'm the new exchange student in your school. I was hoping if you wanted to go with me to the homecoming dance.
Yeah, sure. I mean...
Gotcha. Let's face it, Jody, you're the tall girl.
I just want you to feel normal.
Dad, every time you try to make me feel more normal, you just end up making me feel like more of a freak. I need your help.
Little sister. I've been waiting for this day to come my entire life.
I'm going to extreme makeover the crap out of you. Let's get to work.
So you're telling me that a lip gloss and a lip glass are too many?
Stop stressing.
I look like Grandma's couch.
Or a beautiful mermaid princess.
Now this is me.
I like new Jody. Face your fears, Jody. Going after what you want, Jody.
I've been in love with this girl since elementary school, and this new guy blows up my plan.
You're moving in on my man.
No, I'm not.
Stay away from him.
I will.
Stop agreeing with everything I'm saying.
Okay. We've all got something about ourselves we wish we could change.
You're my big little sister.
That's me. The only thing that we can control is how we deal with it. When you're a tall girl, it's the only thing that people see.
It's not the only thing I see.
I just want to make sure that you don't get hurt.
So, I had a lot of thoughts about this movie. It took me a while to watch it just because of the move and everything. And I finally watched it yesterday. And I still have not completely formed my thoughts coherently about it, but on the whole, I was disappointed. Overall, it was, thank you. Overall, it was basically another rags to riches Cinderella story of a girl has a makeover and she gets the guy. But except in this one, spoiler alert if you haven't already seen it, skip ahead a few seconds. In this one, she's going after a really hot guy. She gets him, but then she realizes, oh, he's not really worth it. So then she goes for the weird friend who's been crushing on her the whole movie. Overall, this is a teen romantic comedy. The girl is 16, she's in high school, it's her dealing with her most awkward time. We all had those awkward years, no matter if you were 5 feet tall or 6'2". She is 6'1.5" in the movie, which is around what height I was in high school. Now for myself in high school, I also had to add in the difficulty of also being overweight. So I had the double insecurity whammies going on. They don't really talk about, they always talk about her size 13 in men's feet, but they don't talk about the difficulties she has in clothes. You know, there's various different difficulties that we have as women of a certain height. You know, yeah, it was just a little odd that they didn't address all of the things that I felt like they could have very easily. Character development in this across the board is pretty bad. Because again, teen romantic comedy. They're not really going to go that deep with them. I did like the character of her best friend who was trying to tell her the whole time that like just own your height and be proud of who you are, which of course is the whole message of the whole movie. But of course she had to have a fight with her because of course she pushes her off to the side in favor of the guy, and there was just a whole lot going on with this movie, and I would have preferred they would have focused on a few select things instead of a whole bunch of things. I honestly felt like the best friend guy who is shorter than her, you know, who's always been mooning over her, wasn't really necessary, except I will say this. Okay, it's who she ends up with at the end. Went down? Okay. And he's actually not a good friend. He actually sabotages her potential relationship with a guy for his own selfish gain. And then she ends up with him at the end and just like magically forgives him. And I thought they really brushed over that. So I thought that was weird. But in terms of the tall issues, you know, her low self-esteem. Oh, she got a magic makeover. Oh, magic. Now she feels better about herself. Makeover done by her beauty pageant sister. Hi, cliche, how are you? I wish they would have, you know, she was an artistic kid, which I do relate with incredibly. I felt like they could have gone into that a little more of, you know, they had all the kids at school make the comments of, oh, how's the weather up there? You know, and I didn't get those kind of comments growing up. You know, the weather up there, I feel like that's a saying from the 50s that no one really gets that comment. But I got asked all the time, oh, you must play basketball. Oh, you must play volleyball. I wish they would have thrown that in there because honestly, that to this day, I get asked all the time. Yeah, so I felt like, yeah, there were other things they could have put in there, you know, emphasize more her artistic desires. She's a piano player. She wants to be a songwriter. Like, have her try out for the musical because it's a whole musical storyline. You know, just other things they could have had her do. There's a whole, like, a segment, you know, her whole announcement of, oh, I've changed, I'm proud of myself now, happened at the homecoming dance, a la the Katie speech in Mean Girls at prom. So it was a little been there, done that. She looked gorgeous, I will say. She's absolutely gorgeous. But I will say the one thing, the one relationship, the one storyline in this whole movie that really actually hit close to home was her relationship with her dad. The movie opens up with her parents at the doctor basically saying, can you give our daughter hormones to cause her to stop growing? Because at the age of 3, she was like 4 feet tall or something. I think that's what no, that couldn't be right. I don't know. Now, I was 5 feet tall by 4th grade. I was 6 feet tall by 8th grade. So at the age of 13, I was 6 feet tall. I'm now 6'2" plus. you know, like an eighth or two of an inch. But, you know, for most of high school, I was 6'1", 6'1.5". Her dad never really knows how to deal with it. And I had that. It caused me to cry, actually, in the movie. And talking about it now, I still get very emotional about it. Having people in your life who are meant to support you and, you know, infinitely, I'll say that, having them not know how to handle your difficulties in life, it really does a number on you. And it's something I'm still actually dealing with today. So seeing her deal with it, now of course, like, in the course of the movie, it's all fine and dandy, and you see that she, you know, she gets her love of music from her dad. And it was a very sweet moment. I didn't mean to cry this much. It was a very sweet moment in the movie. And of course, she and her dad are gonna obviously still have difficulties. But, like, he's trying in the movie to try, like, he signs her up for a tall club full of people who are twice her age, if not more, who are all tall and honestly all quite dorky. But, you know, to try and show her that it's okay to be as tall as she is. But even then, someone in the club is like, being tall sucks, and then hits her head on a door frame. So this movie just sends like so many mixed messages, and I don't really feel like it accomplished what it set out to do. Whoa, this is hitting me hard. You know, as tall women and as a tall, curvy woman, life is not easy, and it will never get easy. I can lose weight, but I can never shrink. You know, I mean, I get called sir at least once a week. I get comments about my height, if not every other day, at least a couple of times a week. And that's because people think it's okay. You know, we live in a society where people are, for the most part, I mean, there's always going to be jerks, but for the most part, you know, when you see someone who is incredibly short, you know, like a little person, this may be an extreme, but you're told it's not polite to say something to them. It's not something you do. You don't comment on their height. Why aren't we trained as a society to do the same about tall people? It's obviously something we know about ourselves. Yes, we know we're tall. We don't need you to tell us that. You know, it's not an issue that we're going to be able to fix over the course of a movie as much as, oops, Fraggle has something to say. Oh, she's not happy I'm still recording. What? Okay, Fraggle just threw a fit, so I had to grab her real quick. I'm just gonna sum this up. Basically, being tall is something you deal with your entire life. And as much as you want to tie it all up in a little bow in the course of an hour and a half teen romantic comedy, it's not. You know, I think it didn't touch on the issues of needing to learn as a society to stop commenting on, you know, if someone has a huge growth on their face, you're not going to point it out. They're obviously self-conscious about it. If someone has 6 fingers, you're not going to point it out. I'm 6'2", flat-footed. I don't need you to point that out. So I think this is common sense, people. Okay. Fraggle knows I'm upset, so she's kissing me to make me feel better. I just wish everyone, you know, you don't have to tell me I'm tall. You could tell me I look nice. You know, like, I'm not going to be able to have people stop calling me sir, because obviously they see a tall person despite having a large chest. They're going to call me sir. Sorry this turned into a rant rather than a movie review, but basically, yeah, I was thoroughly disappointed by this movie. I wanted it to be more than just a very mediocre teen romantic comedy. I wanted it to touch on a little bit more of the issues than just wearing big shoes and being asked how the weather is up there. So, yeah, that's my review of Tall Girl. Quasi-review. Sorry, this turned into a rant and a cry session. But I am actually hoping to do some more movie-related things. I'm actually a big movie buff. At least I used to be. I haven't watched as many in the last year or so. But yeah, so if you want to see me do more movie videos that hopefully won't involve as much crying, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, and I didn't scare you away with this one, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in a much cheerier video the next time. Bye guys.